Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, beloved friends. Good evening and welcome to another Divine Loss program. We are delighted to have been given the permission by God to consciously study divine laws so as to better align ourselves with the divine purposes for which we have reincarnated. So tonight, the focus of our attention will be on question 974 from the Spirit's Book by Allan Kardec. We will now read the question followed by the answer given by the illuminated spirits. Afterwards, we will bring a couple of highlights, propose a therapeutic exercise, and end these precious moments with thoughts of gratitude to God always. So, welcome everyone, and let us begin. In question 974, Kardec asks, where does the doctrine of eternal fire come from? The answer is concise but very enlightening. An image taken as reality, like so many others. Kardec then elaborates by asking a follow-up question. He asks, but couldn't this fear lead to a good result? The mentor spirits explain to Kardec and ask him to see for yourself whether or not it restrains even those who teach it. If you teach things that reason will later reject, you produce an impression that will be neither durable nor healthy. So we are fortunate, beloved friends, to have been given Spiritism as the promised consoler, because no longer do we have to choose between the dichotomy of faith versus reason. Spiritism brings faith and reason together. So we don't believe in immortality just because. We believe because we know. Based upon what? Based upon facts. So how come we know that the image of eternal fire is not tangible for us? Because we have actual accounts of life after life, or life in the other side of life, or life in the spiritual realm, our true home, that proves to us that this is not the case. So we know that images like the one of eternal fire, as the spirit mentors explain to us, are bound to fade away because it cannot stand the test of reasoning. No one can prove that that is the case. We are fortunate to live at a time where Kardec has documented many cases of the experiences of those who have graduated to our true home in the book Heaven and Hell. In this very book, despite the title, Kardec demystifies the myth of a hell. Hell, in and of itself, does not exist. What exists is or are the very feelings or impressions that we nurture ourselves throughout our lives as incarnate beings. So, question for us: what have we been nurturing inside of ourselves? What kind of mental images do we feed? Because those mental images will carry through with us to the other side of life when we discarnate and return to our true home. We will not be able to delete the images that we no longer want. So, the therapeutic question for us tonight is, what kind of mental images are we cultivating and carrying within us? Because all images that we cultivate and co-create are stored in our perispiritual brain. When we discarnate, our body will stay right here, but our perispiritual vest will move forward with us. So let us attend to the mental images that we are cultivating. Let us, quote unquote, make an effort to build a heaven from within. How so? By cultivating mental images of hope, of service, of unity, of understanding, of compassion, of fraternity. How do we do that, we might ask? We do this by following Master Jesus' example, by seeking the good in all circumstances. Oh, but Carol, this is hard. Yes, dear friends, it may be hard, but it is not impossible. It is our choice to seek for the positive within a situation. We can always ask ourselves, what does God wish us to learn from the situation? What kind of virtues does God wish for us to develop by placing us in this particular situation? What kind of lesson do these particular people have to teach us? What is God's loving plan in orchestrating this particular situation in our lives? If we ask these questions from the depths of our hearts, dear friends, and use our reasoning while asking God for inspiration and finding the answers, then we will be able to seek the good mostly by being of service through a word of positive consolation, of positive encouragement to others, by being a presence that emanates joy even without speaking. We can be instruments of the divine good on the earth, starting with our very own feelings and mental pictures that we choose to cultivate in our minds. So let us be cultivators of the good, dear friends, as we are being called to spread the good right in our circle of action. And in doing this little by little, every single day, we will ourselves cultivate the so called heaven within the depths of our hearts. And when we discarnate, we will most naturally attune with minds that feel and think alike. And so we shall become happier spirits. Let us be inspired, dear friends, by this proposal from the on high to become a vessel of the good as we cultivate the good and spread the good all around us. What a beautiful proposal. We can't wait to meet everyone again next week to continue nourishing our souls with the divine laws that are a living proof of God's abundant love for all of us. We wish you for now, dear friends, many blessings, and we hope to see you again next time. In the meantime, let us stay tuned right here on Kardec Radio, where we know it, of course, we are always nourishing our souls. Bye for now, dear friends.